6 people singing, that's fine. We've got, what was your highlight of the referendum campaign? Was there anything that stuck out? Ladies and gentlemen, ended up more famous than Alistair Darling. No joke. Put your hands together, make some noise for Matt Lygate.
Alright. How you all feeling? Aye, good, aye. Who here's feeling happy? Who here's feeling pissed off? No, like, really? Who's here is feeling actually pissed off? Nobody? Well, I'm pretty pissed off. I don't need to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. The pound pie's a penny's worth. Bankers are being bailed out. Our high streets are lying empty, replaced by pound stores and food banks. We know the air we breathe is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And soon, our water will be unfit to drink, thanks to fracking. And if you dare do anything about it, expect to be sued thanks to TTIP. And yet we sit there, watching our TVs, as some Jackie Bird ignores all of that, and instead tells us that today in Glasgow, 17 people were chipped, 7 OAPs were mugged, and 5 more disabled people took their own lives as they were told that they were fit to work by ATOS. As if this is the way it's supposed to be. Things are bad, really bad. It's like the bankers, the homophobes, the racists, UKIP, the corporations, the military-industrial complex. Everybody everywhere is going mad, so we don't leave our houses anymore. We don't talk to our neighbours. We don't say hello to each other as we pass each other on the streets. And instead, we sit in our living rooms, and the world we're living in is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And yet, we plead, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Give me my 50-inch plasma TV and my 23 pairs of Taiwanese-made shoes and my 5,000 Facebook friends, most of which I've never actually met in real life. Give me all of that and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. Yeah, time to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to burn down the banks. I don't want you to, sign some online petition. I don't even know what petition to get you to sign. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. So right now, I want all of you to think and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this. Everybody, get up out of your seats right now. Everybody, get up. I know you're in the Westend, but get up. Get up. Everybody, my life has value. Right? Everybody, let's say it together. There's going to be change, but first we've got to get mad. Then we'll work out what to do about the referendum and the lies and the bias and the fear-mongering. But first, everybody, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Again, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
That felt good, didn't it? Thank you, sit down. So, does anybody know what that's from? Network, there you are. Has anybody seen the movie Network? One person, nobody. I thought I was young, man, come on.
Yeah.
Ah, man, thank you. Well, Network, basically, for those that haven't seen it, is a movie about a news anchor in the States, and underneath the pressure of all this nonsense about ratings and all the rest of it, he's live on air on the nightly news, and he flips one night, and he says a speech quite similar to that. But if you just watch the YouTube clip about that, it looks great. It feels good, doesn't it? It feels really cathartic to let that out, doesn't it? Because we've all been trying to be positive and all that ever since the referendum, but sometimes you just got to scream and let it out, and it feels good. It feels good. I don't know about you, I'm a bit mental, but it felt good for me, right? But if you watch the whole movie, the point of the movie isn't just screaming and let it go, because what happens in the movie is he gets consumed. At first they try to fire him, but then when they realise that the ratings went through the roof, they consumed him, they turned him into a commodity, and they realised, in fact, rather than firing him, let's give this guy his own show. And so they sold him, and they made loads of money out of him. And I was going to do this speech outside the BBC today. That was going to be my little piece. So I would love to see 2,000 people screaming at the BBC, I'm pure mad, mate. But I never got to do it, so I'm just getting you guys to do it instead. But the reason why I wanted to do it at the protest wasn't just to get everybody mad, because we're already a wee bit mad. We're Glaswegians, come on.
Alright.
But the point is, I have a feeling that unless we're all careful, I'm not suggesting these are all protesters or necessarily they're all yes supporters either. I assume most of these are the way. Are yous? Right, well there we go, right. So, I worry that if we're not careful, the yes movement, the 45, I fucking hate that 45, that 45, right, all this talk, if we're not careful, we're going to become that news anchor, we're going to become that guy, right? How many people have friends who are religious?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, right? I've got lots of friends that are religious, nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of good people that do good things in the world and they're religious. There's also a lot of people in the world that do bad things who are also religious. But the thing is, a lot of those bad people seem to have it in their head that if they go to church every Sunday, they can be a prick Monday to Saturday, right? And then go to church and it's all good. See, I worry that if we don't really turn the mirror on ourselves of all this protesting and all this idealism we've had in the Yes movement, we're going to become that guy or that person that goes to church on a Sunday and thinks they get away with being a prick, or that they're going to go to heaven because they go to church on a Sunday. You see, a lot of people think that they go to a protest once every 2 months, the world's going to change, but it's not. The world only changes when we change, and until we change, the world will be the same, and they'll find a little box, a little pigeonhole to put us all in. And what are the protesters, or the bad guy that gets on a rickshaw and chases people and sings stupid songs, right? That guy, they'll find a pigeonhole for us, and they'll try to commoditise us and sell us. So what my message for everybody here today, and for everybody and for myself, my own journey since the referendum, is to turn that energy on ourselves individually and as a community, as a movement of people, as people interested in changing the world. Let's stop waiting for the politicians to tell us, don't worry, we'll wait 5 years and we'll have another go. Until then, let's go buy our 23 pairs of fucking Taiwanese trainers and our plasma tellies and all that. Never mind all that. The revolution starts inside, and it can start today. We don't need to wait another minute. Because see all those supermarkets and that BBC and all those oil barons that we so much hated and so much chastised during the referendum. All those people get their power from us. And the second we realise that, their entire ivory towers collapse. And so we might feel a wee bit powerless, we might feel a wee bit lost since the referendum, but we're not. Because the thing is, what's different between before the referendum and now is the emperor has no clothes. The emperor has no clothes on, and we can look at him and see, or her, and see that he has no clothes. And when we realise that we have the power. See those supermarkets that we hate, that said, you better not vote yes. The price of bread and milk's going to go through the roof if you vote yes. Better not vote yes. Imagine instead if tomorrow we all decided that just for one day, we're not going to bother shopping, not just the supermarkets, but anywhere. We're just going to stop shopping, just for one day. And instead, we all went and knocked on our neighbours' doors. Well, maybe not tomorrow, because it's going to be pissing with rain, innit? But a nice day, and we all decided we're going to go outside and we're going to sit in a park or a communal area or our back closest, or even in our neighbours, invite our neighbours in. Imagine we all did that, just for one day. How hard would that be for us? Not very hard. How devastating would that be for the system that we all pretend or proclaim that we hate? So the power is with us, people, and so I'll leave you one message, which is a simple one, and it's a cliche, but I love cliches, I'm going to say it anyway. There was another guy, you might have heard of him, I think he's Gandhi, I think you heard of that guy? The mad guy, the guy for Over the Water, and that other independence campaign that they had a few years back. I don't remember that one, I'm a wee bit young for that one. But that guy, the guy with the robe and that, his message was a message, he called it Swaraj. That was his message of independence. It wasn't voting for a party. It wasn't ticking a box and then going back to being a consumer and thinking, woohoo, I voted this MP, woo, I voted yes, woo. Instead, his message of Swaraj was a message of self-sufficiency, of looking after yourself. Can you look after yourself? We need a benefit system. If we're going to cut our benefits, then let's look after each other. Remember the days when we looked after our grannies and we didn't leave them in front of the best mate who's become a fucking TV box? Remember those days? Remember those days when we didn't need supermarkets, when we didn't need all these things, we didn't need oil because we didn't need all the energy? Remember those days? If we want to become independent, we have to declare our own independence. And so today, everybody, let's declare our independence. Each and individuals, and as a group together, let's declare our own independence. And instead of voting and ticking boxes and thinking that's going to change the world, let's become the change we wish to see in the world. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Lygate. How good did it be see Matt on Newsnight or something? Question time.